日本時間3月25日、米国時間3月24日、スプリングトレーニング最終戦となるドジャース対エンゼルス戦が行われ、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースの大谷翔平が先発登板したレギュラーシーズン開幕を目前に控えた最終調整のマウンドとして注目を集めた一戦である。デーブ・ロバーツ監督は試合前、ここまでのビルドアップは非常に順調。今夜は5、6回、75、80球が目標、と語り、二刀流復活へ向けた慎重なプランを明かしていた。その期待に応えるように、大谷は序盤から圧巻の投球を披露。多彩な球種を巧みに織り交ぜ、最初の4イニングで実に11奪三振を記録し、球場の空気を支配した。しかし5回には連打を浴び、最終的な成績は4回4安打3失点、2四91奪三振。それでも指揮官は、開幕へ向けて非常に良い位置にいる。と高く評価した。今季のドジャースは3連覇を目標に掲げる強力な布陣。大谷の完全復活がその鍵を握ることは間違いない。番組ではこの後、ロバーツ監督のインタビューや専門家の分析、さらに大谷のハイライト映像が詳しく紹介される。ぜひ最後までご覧いただきたい。
Considering his last outing being able to touch the fifth inning, looking at tonight, how pleased are you just with where he's at in regard to his build-up as compared to the regular season?
Really pleased. I think that outing in Arizona, you saw the intent. The stuff was really good, very focused. I think for us tonight, if we can get him to get to the sixth inning, get up to 75, 80 pitches, that'd be a huge win, and just kind of have similar command and sequencing that he did in Arizona.
Hey, what's your sense for Shohei's desire to go wire to wire as a pitcher this season? And how ready do you think he is to do that? How realistic is it?
I think it's his desire is high to do that. I think it's very realistic to do that, with the idea that there's times to give him a little extra rest in between starts. And so I don't think anyone knows how that's going to look, but I think it's safe to say that it's not a situation as every sixth day, every seventh day he pitches. So I think that, so the desire's high. I think it's realistic. Then the bigger question is, how are we going to manage that and navigate it?
Well, will you kind of have to do that during starts too, with like how much leash you give him, pitch count, whatever? Like once he actually gets into games, will it kind of treat him like any other pitcher?
I think that that's a good question. I think it's some of it is contingent on tonight. Some of it then is contingent on his first start in the season, and as the buildup is, and looking at each outing separately, but looking at each outing separately, stress, all that stuff, and then I think for us and coming out of it, as far as off days, what the schedule looks like, where potentially he would slot in for his next start. There's a lot of other variables that you really can't kind of answer right now. But I guess, Jack, once he gets going, managing him to win the game, but also just being mindful of, the workload, what he's done, what he's capable of. So, just like tonight, he's not going to get into the seventh inning. Could he, if he's efficient, could he get through six? Yes. And then when you're talking about the first game of the season, could he get through sixth inning? Could he touch the seventh? Yes, but he won't touch the eighth inning. So there's got to be some responsibility as far as how we manage him, and then looking out the ensuing days.
How much bigger is the workload even from last year when he was kind of building up and coming back, like by the end of the season, just kind of doing two-way like full time now?
Well, I think last year it was easier in the sense of it was one inning, it was two innings, and then you slowly got to build up, so there wasn't much of a tax on the hitting. I think now, you know, even tonight where we're looking at 5-6 innings, there's more of a tactic to throw 75 pitches versus 1 inning. But I do feel that he's strong. He's conditioned to do it mentally, physically. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see how it looks, but I think that it is different. You know, like I've said a couple of times, this is just a different jumping off point than we had last year, but I think it's a good thing.
Opening day is Thursday, and we cannot wait. And then another special day will be on Friday. The Dodgers have their World Series ring celebration before their game against the Diamondbacks. Second straight season, the champs will be getting their bling. And yes, Clayton Kershaw is going to be there as well. And we will have it for you live right here on Sportsnet LA. That's the ring ceremony Friday. Our pregame coverage begins at 5:30. And as both of you guys know, it is such a grind. It is such a long season. There will be plot twists along the way. There will be injuries. But the end goal is that historic three-peat for the Dodgers. Before we can have the playoffs, though, you have to get there. So, James, I'll begin with you. How many games do you think the Dodgers will win this year and why?
You know, last year I had them under 100 just because there's a lot of things going on. But this year I got them over 100. I got 104. That's what I got right there for you. Just because, yeah, it's a good number. You know, I don't want to go too high. We know things can happen. We know there can be some injuries. But I think this team is ready to three-peat. And I think they're, you know, they love that position. Yes. They love being hunted, right? You heard Dave Roberts give some of the speeches before. They love this feeling. Look for that three-peat this year.
I agree with you 1,000%. They love and relish the responsibility of being the unquote villains of baseball. They do not care. I'm going 108. They're going to get their foot. They're going to get their foot down. I think Kyle Tucker and Diaz is it? He's going to be a factor. This is a nasty bullpen. This is a very deep rotation. This is a very deep lineup. Like I said earlier in the show, all I'm worried about is health. If they stay healthy, they're going to play with each other and play together, and they're going to have fun, and they're going to score a ton of runs. I'm super excited.
Yeah, we've seen them win 100 games so many times over the last decade. Of course, the 2 times they win back-to-back World Series championships is, 98 wins and 93 wins. So it doesn't have to always be the 100-plus win mark. As we talked about earlier, this is only Shohei Ohtani's second start on the mound this spring. It's second since Game 7 of the World Series. So, Dontrell, what do you think are the goals for Shohei tonight in this final tune-up?
You know what? Continue to command the sharpness, be efficient, try to get to the 5th inning, make it like it's a real start. The swing and miss is going to be there. Avoid the long counts. Anytime he has a short outing, he'll have an inning where he has 20 to 25 pitches where Dave Roberts feels like he's got to save him from himself and pull him out of the game in that position. But I just want him to continue to throw strikes and use all of his pitch mix to sharpen that iron, because if he has all that command going into the start, man, it's going to be fun to watch this year.
Yeah, I mean, something I've noticed with him before is like he didn't really struggle a lot throwing inside to guys. I noticed sometimes he just pulls to the arm side and he misses outside with those balls right there. So just getting that timing down with his arm, getting that fastball in the outside corner, because once he establishes that, it opens up his game plan. So hopefully we see that tonight and carry that on through the season.
All right, it's the final game. Everybody looking forward to an off day tomorrow and then opening day on Thursday. And James, I imagine there'll be some fines in kangaroo court if guys are taking first pitch fastballs for strikes, right?
You got to use that
swing.
Bat. Same bat, swing. Everybody. Same bat, pass it on.
Final game of the spring, Dodgers and Angels. Let's send it out to the Ravine. Steven Nelson, Eric Karros. Take it away, guys.
Thank you, John. Welcome, everybody. One more for spring. The Dodgers and Angels wrapping up the Freeway Series exhibition here at Dodger Stadium. And then you rest up for Thursday and opening day. In the broadcast booth alongside Eric Karros, I'm Steven Nelson. Kirsten Watson is with us next to the dugout as well. But EK, the big headline in this final spring outing is the final tune-up for Shohei Ohtani. Last time we saw him on the mound in a Dodger uniform this spring was about 6 days ago, 4 1/3 shutout.
For everybody else, just get through the game and get ready for Thursday. But Shohei, he's going to go out there and approach this like it's a start, because this is a final tune-up. He hasn't logged a ton of innings this spring training, and this year he's going after something that he does not have yet, and that's a National League Cy Young Award, and it all starts this evening.
We are going to see him, you may be wondering, though, as he warms up on the field here at Dodger Stadium. How long will we see him for? Kirsten Watson has the answer.
Yeah, Stephen, with a plan for Shohei just to continue with that build-up. Dave Roberts was really pleased with what they saw in his last outing in Arizona. As you mentioned, being able to touch that 5th inning. So today they're hoping he can get through 6. When it comes to the pitch count, they're looking at about 75 to 80 pitches. But for him, the focus is just continuing with that sequence and that command. He's in a very good spot getting ready for the regular season, guys.
Kirsten, somebody dropped the ball in the no-look fist bump tonight. Was looking for an encore. Didn't happen. But we do have an extra member of our broadcast crew. Dino Ebel, the Dodgers third base coach, will be mic for sound for the whole game. So we got some good stuff in store for you when we get going after the break. Payoff. Got him swinging.
Put him away with a sinker, 95-mile-an-hour thing, and a great location. Just down out of the zone, but to Neto, it looked like a strike, and he offered at it.
Could not script a better finish for the WBC. Unless, of course, you're Mike Trout. Unless you're Mike Trout. Then you get a home run, probably would have been. But you get the idea. Those two meeting against each other. The championship on the line. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. So Ohtani punches the ticket of Trout once more.
You know, it's interesting. You go back to that WBC. You see a similar thing here. Ohtani striking out Mike Trout. But, you know, you saw the traction and all the fanfare that this WBC tournament got that just culminated. But again, you know, where did it really get going? Shohei Ohtani pitching for Samurai Japan. Again, it's whatever this guy gets involved with or touches, it takes off.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. In the dirt, check swing, and they say Adele could not hold up, so a punch out gives the Dodgers the first out of the inning.
Left fielder number 3, Josh Lowe.
Good call by the first base umpire.
Blows it by Lowe at 99.
Haven't seen that yet this evening. And, you know, it's interesting because he's throwing at 94, 95, 96, and then when he needs it, goes to 99.
A strike away from finishing the inning. Soler on second, Moncada on first. Ohtani's 0-2. Sits him down. 3 straight Ks to strand the first 2 that reached.
I will say, though, this is a little different, though, because you're already here at home. You're in L.A. You know, it's not like the days of coming from Vero Beach, and it's like you just can't wait to get out of there. Not that Vero Beach wasn't great, but 8 weeks of it was not great.
Strike 3 called. First time through the order for Ohtani. 6 of 9 down by way of the K.
I
mean, what do you do with that?
Just look at it, right? You track pitches.
98. Check swing, did he? Yep. Another one.
I don't think there's ever a question of is he going to be ready, right? It's just how good is he going to be? Oh, my goodness. Like my bad for throwing that sinker.
Yeah, painful strike 2.
So now let's see. We'll see what the friendship is really like here. Oh, that's back foot, no protection.
Yep. That would be.
Now, if he throws another sinker, that's just cold-blooded. I mean, that just is.
Look at these two.
That should, you know, Friends would be a 4-seamer up and away.
Friends is all right. Friends is 4-seamer.
Friends
Curveball
4-seamer up and away. Curveball is like, yeah, I'm still going to strike you out. That was 4-seamer away. That's fair, right? That wasn't a sinker.
So they're friends.
Yeah, I mean, they There's respect
Certified
there. It's like,
friends, yeah.
yeah. Now, if he goes back in, like I said, with a sinker at any time now, like
Friendship
that's,
over.
oh, that's kind of uncool.
Puts him away with the sweeper.
Yep.
Ohtani strikes out the side. That is 6 in a row.
I prefaced it by nitpicking. Like
For sure.
just saying,
No,
you know.
I got you. Wave and a miss, strike 3.
Number 10, Yohan Okada.
Double digits. 10 Ks. Oh. Pitch number 8 from Shohei to Joe Adell. Ohtani turns it up to 11. 11 strikeouts in the first 4 innings.
Where we're going to move to now, the National League West, a division with a few really good teams out there. I like this division. The NL West features the Los Angeles Dodgers, who came in first last year. They were 93-69 last year, and this year their projected win total is 103.5. That is insane. NL West champions in 2025, World Series champions in 2025 and 2024. And what'd they do? They added the best hitter available and the best closer available. The Dodgers are an absolute machine in baseball right now. Their big additions, outfielder Kyle Tucker and closer Edwin Diaz. Their X factor is the ultimate X factor in the game of baseball, and he is Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani is the greatest player of all time. Dodgers have him. How does he? You know what I'm excited for with Shohei this year? They were handling him with kid gloves last year when it came to his pitching and how he came back on the mound. I think Shohei Ohtani could be in the hunt for the Cy Young Award this year, to be honest with you. That's how nasty he is on the mound. They have a couple Cy Young candidates on the mound for them. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Shohei Ohtani, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, you name it. And that rotation is full of potential Cy Young guys. But Shohei Ohtani is a guy that I'm excited to have his first full season as a starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, the one thing why I won't say he will, my prediction will not be that Shohei wins the NL Cy Young Award. I just think he could. But the reason I say that is because I don't think he's going to pitch enough. I don't think he's going to be a once every 5th day kind of guy. When it comes to the Dodgers, and if we're talking about their win total of 103.5, I think that's too high. Why? Well, this Dodgers team doesn't play to win 103 games, 104 games in the regular season. They don't play to win the most games of all time in the regular season. They play to win a World Series. They play throughout the regular season with the goal of winning the World Series. Pitchers, not pitching every 5th day, taking the rest if they need a couple days, if they need a skip spot in the rotation, handling guys with the ultimate care, with the ultimate goal of winning the World Series. That's what the Dodgers do, and I don't think they play to win 104 games. I think they play to win the division, put themselves in a good spot in the playoffs, and then win the World Series. But they're still the cream of the crop in the NL with this roster. They're unbelievable. Once again, heading into 2026. They had one weakness, and they could not have handled that weakness any better. Dodgers, 93-69 last year, World Series champions last year, will once again be very good.
今回も最後までご視聴いただき、本当にありがとうございました。動画の内容を楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。もしよろしければ、チャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆さんの応援が、今後の動画制作の大きな励みになります。それではまた、次回の動画でお会いしましょう。